Hello, welcome back for more math. Hi. Okay, we're going to do more math. So today you are going to do 12.4 number line fractions less than 1. So we're kind of moving on from the shapes. Now we are going to move on to a number line. So just like a line. As usual, do your solve and share, look back, convince me, and then part of the guided practice and independent practice. So you should be on page 449 for your solve and share. There we go. Okay, today your solve and share is...
At a state park, there is a 1-mile hiking path between the park entrance and the beach. Scenic lookouts are located at points 1/3 and 2/3 of the distance from the park entrance to the beach. Show about where the lookout points are located on the line.
Okay, so they are showing you 1 mile. They want you to show where the lookout points are on 1/3 and 2/3. Okay, so kind of with this, you kind of need to remember what you know about a whole. So for a shape to be a whole or for a fraction to be a whole, the number at the top, the number at the bottom need to match. The numerator and the denominator need to match. So what you need to think about is the mile, think of it as a whole. Think of it as the whole of the fraction. So that would be, if the denominator is 3, you know that your whole is going to be 3/3. So you need to cut this line to show where 1/3 would be and where 2/3 would be. So this whole thing makes up 3/3. So we need to cut this into 3 lines. So let's say about here. So that means this section will be 1/3. The middle section will be 2/3. And then this last section will be 3/3. So this line right here, since we made our first little area right here, this will be 1/3. Since we have a middle part right here, that will be 2/3. And then since we already know that our mile is a whole, that will be our 3/3. So that's it for the line actually, or for our solve and share. Let's go ahead and do your look back. No, not turn the screen blue. Okay, well, I gotta fix that. I'm gonna just make this line for the look back. Look back, that's an L. I don't know what I just did. Look back, okay. There we go. Your look back. If you know about where the point is, if you know about where the point for 1/3 is located, how can you find about where the point for 2/3 is located? Okay, so if we know that 1/3 is right here, the section right here, how do we know where 2/3 was supposed to go? Well, we had to figure out how many equal parts we needed. We knew that in order for it to be a whole, we knew that the denominator was 3, so we knew that the line was going to be cut into 3 lines. So we know that if we cut one section, it was 1/3. If we cut 2 sections, that's how we found out it was going to be 2/3. And then for it to be a whole and 3 out of 3, we had to cut 3. So let's go ahead and say, so this is your look back. Let's go to find where 2/3 was located. I knew there were 3 equal parts. 1 if I cut, or let's say if I divided 1 part, it would be 1/3, and if I divided 2 parts, it would be 2/3. Okay, so that is your look back. And let's go ahead and move on to Fred. Let's go ahead and move on to Fred.
How can you record fractions on a number line? Think about this question during the lesson. Mr. Singer is picking up his daughter, Greta, from school to go to soccer practice. Greta's school is located at 3/4 of the distance from the Singer's house to the soccer field. How can you represent 3/4 on a number line?
Every number on a number line represents a distance from 0.
What does the distance from 0 to 1 on the number line represent? The distance from 0 to 1 on the number line represents the distance from Greta's house to the soccer field. Step 1. Draw a number line from 0 to 1. Which point on the number line represents the Singer's house?
0.
Select your answer.
Every time this happens. So 0 represents the Singer's house, and then 1 will represent the soccer field. Yay! One of these days I gotta click the wrong answer just to see what happens.
0 represents the Singer's house. 1 represents the distance from the Singer's house to the soccer field. Does it matter how far apart 0 and 1 are on the number line? What does the distance between 0 and 1 tell you? No, it does not matter how far apart 0 and 1 are on the number line. The distance between 0 and 1 tells you the length of the whole. Step 2. Divide the distance from 0 to 1 into 4 equal parts. Each length is 1/4 of the whole distance between 0 and 1.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. The reason why they divided it into 4 equal parts, again, you need to look at the denominator. So since it's 4, and remember, if we want it to be a whole, it would be 4/4. So this number, the one where there's a 1 right here, that represents a whole. So you have to picture that says 4/4. So you know that you need 4 pieces of 1/4, because 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 would give you 4/4.
Step 3. Start at 0. Draw a point at the end of the 3/4 on the line. Write 3/4. This represents the distance from the Singer's house to Greta's school.
Try it. Sure. Select a point on the number line to explore fractions. So they gave you a number line, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the whole. So since we know that there are 4 sections, right? Yeah.
0.
Since we know there are 4 sections, we can guess that this 1 is going to be 4/4.
4/4 is the same as 4 lengths of 1/4.
Okay, so if that's 4/4, this is going to be 3/4.
3/4 is the same as 3 lengths of 1/4.
This will be 2/4.
2/4 is the same as 2 lengths of 1/4. 1/4 is the same as 1 length of 1/4.
Okay, let's go on to next.
3/4 is the same as 3 lengths of 1/4. Now you know how you can record fractions on a number line.
Okay, moving on to your Convince Me. Today your Convince Me is... No, you don't want to play?
Jenna and Benito each marked 1/4 on a number line. The length of the part from 0 to 1/4 on Jenna's number line is shorter than on Benito's. Did someone make a mistake? Explain your thinking.
So did someone make a mistake? So Jenna's line is the one up here, and Benito's line is the one up here. Did anyone make a mistake? So let's check out Jenna's line. So Jenna's 1/4 is right here. We know that if she has 1, that her whole number is 4/4. So let's see if she cut it into 4 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she's right. And then same thing with Benito. We would need to see if he cut his into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So no one is wrong here because even though someone's line is longer than the other, it doesn't matter how long the length of their line is. So we are going to say, did someone make a mistake? No, they did not make a mistake. Both number lines are correct because, let's say, the length of the line does not matter. We're going to say it just depends on the size of the hole. So it doesn't matter because even though their lengths are different, they divided it all equally, and that is all that matters. Just depends on the size of the hole. Okay, so that is your convince me. Let's go ahead and move on to your guided practice, which is on page 451. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do your guided practice with you. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then for your independent practice, I will do 5 and 6. Actually, no, I'll do 5 and 7 with you. That way you guys can do 6 and 8. You only have to do problems 1 through 8 today, so not too bad. So number 1 is Malia divides a number line from 0 to 1 into 6 equal lengths. What unit fraction represents each equal length? What should Malia mark, or what should Malia label the tick mark just to the left of the number 1? Explain. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to draw a number line. Already on it. Okay, so I'm going to draw a number line. You can go ahead and make yours straighter. Mine looks like a worm right now. So we know she numbered a number line from 0 to 1. Okay, 1 is our whole number. So she divided it into 6 equal parts. So we can already guess that the 1, since we have a denominator of 6, the 1 represents 6 over 6. Okay, and so she cut it into 6 equal lengths. So let's go 1/6. It's 1 part. I'm going to try to make this equal because remember your parts need to be equal, but if they don't come out perfect, it's fine. 2/6. Yeah. 3/6. Oh, I'm going to have to squish my 4/6. But 4/6, 5/6, that's a 5. Doesn't look like a 5 at all. And then 6/6. So what unit fraction represents each equal length? So if we were just to take one piece is 1/6. So go ahead and write wherever you can. 1/6 represents one piece. And then what should Malia label the tick mark just to the left of the number 1? So if this is our number 1, what is the tick mark labeled? What is the tick mark on the left labeled? It is labeled 5/6 because that is what's on the left. So I would write 5/6 and box that. Okay, moving on to number 2. Josh divides a number line from 0 to 1 into 8 equal lengths. What should he label the first tick mark just to the right of 0? Explain. Same thing. I would draw a number line. Have it 0 to 1. And since we know it's going to be divided into 8 equal lengths, we already know that the 1 is a whole, so it's going to represent 8 over 8. So if we were to divide it into 8 equal lengths, what would the first tick mark be labeled? The very first one. 1, 2, 3. These are not going to be good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this will be our 8th one. So what is this first part going to be labeled at? Since it is just one piece that they want us to label, it will be 1/8. Okay, and that's all you have to do for number 2. Let's go ahead and move on to 3 and 4. Do you know how in 3 and 4, divide the number line into the given number of equal lengths? Then mark and label the given fraction of the number line. So they want us to cut this number line into 2 equal lengths and then label where 1/2 would be. Okay, so we have 0 and we have 1. That's our whole, so we already know this part is going to be 2 out of 2 because we have 2 equal parts. So we need to draw where 1/2 would be, and that would kind of be in the middle because this is 1/2 right here, and this right here is 2/2. Okay? Moving on to 4, we need to cut it into 4 equal parts, and we need to label where 2/4 is. So again, we already know this is a whole, so this is going to be 4 out of 4. So if we were to cut this, let's go ahead and start cutting. 1, 2, 3, and then 4/4 is already over here. So we already know that this is going to be 1/4. This will be 2/4. This would be 3/4. And then 4/4 we already did. So the 2/4 was all you need. So that's where you put that. I'm going to go ahead and move on to independent practice. So if you need to pause the video, go ahead and pause it. I'm going to go ahead and clear my drawings. Moving on to independent practice, I'm just going to do 1 and 7 with you. That way you can try 6 and 8 on your own. So for number 5 and 6, divide the number line into the given number of equal lengths, then mark and label the given fraction on the number line. So kind of what we were doing up here. For number 5, we know we need to cut it into 3 equal lengths and label where 2/3 would be. So again, we know, where did my marker go? We know that the number 1 is a whole, so that could be 3 out of 3. So we need to cut this into 3 lengths. So this could be our 1/3, this can be our 2/3, and our 3/3 is already over here. So this is 1, and this is 2. This is where our 2/3 would be. Okay, moving on. Actually, you guys are going to go ahead and do 6. Just remember your 1 is going to represent 6/6. So go ahead and cut that, and then label where 2/6 would be. Okay, number 7. In 7 and 8, draw a number line. Oh, let me go ahead and clear this. So if you need to pause my video, pause this. I'm going to go ahead and go to 7 and 8. In 7 and 8, draw a number line from 0 to 1. Divide the number line into equal lengths for the given fraction. Then mark and label the given fraction of the number line. Okay, so for this one, they did not provide a number line for you. So you're going to draw your own number line. Oh, I wish there was a way I could just have like a ruler because my line is about to turn out terrible. Okay, so the line I'm going to draw, that is not a line, but it's okay. This is going to be 0. This is going to be my 1 whole. Since we already know that the denominator is 6, that means I need to cut it into 6 equal parts. So I'm going to go ahead and write my whole number. So I already know that's going to be 6/6. So now I just need to go ahead and start cutting my number line. So I know that this is going to be 1/6. If I draw another line, that's going to be 2/6. Another line that's going to be 3/6. One more is 4/6. And one more would be 5/6. So they just wanted us to label 4/6. So that's where 4/6 would be. Okay, so I'm going to let you do 6 and 8 by yourself, and then you can go from there. And as always, at the end of my second video for the week, I always do my shout outs. So who do I have to shout out today? Okay, I have Maddie, Esteban A, Mia T. Mia T says she loves my videos, so thank you, Mia. Aliana, Lucas, Isaiah, Ariana, Audrey, Izzy, Mason, and Melania. Mason and Melania said they like my videos, so she'd like my videos just like them. Thank you too. Thanks, you too. Irene, Jacob, Gerses, Nimmer, Ali, Alyssa, Olivia, and Mia L. Thank you for filling out your Friday Google Forms. That is how you get a shout out, if you fill out your Google Forms. So thanks for watching my video, you guys. I will catch you next week. I think I'm still going to do some videos next week, so I will catch you next week. Thanks for watching.